Hi everyone, I'm Sarita, your one and only sci-fi diva. All right, so for today's episode, I'm coming to you from my sitting room. A little different view today, right? Okay, so in honor of Comi-con, I'm going to talk to you about what started off for me, and it was Star Trek. That's where my love of science fiction came from. My mom introduced me to Star Trek, and the first series I was ever introduced to was Star Trek: The Next Generation. But I'm going to run these women down in no particular order. So in honor of Comi-Con, I'm going to hit 7 women for 7 days. Because in my mind, Comi-Con should be 7 days. Okay, let's get started. Lieutenant Michael Burnham. Star Trek Discovery. Star Trek rebooted the franchise and came up with Star Trek Discovery, and my mom and I were thrilled. That gave us a chance to sit down every week and watch Star Trek together and dissect it all. And it was exciting. It was exciting because you got to see the point of view from not the captain, the story shared, not from the point of view of the captain, but the point of view from the second in command. So that was different. It was also different because it was a black girl, so you got to see the story from the point of view of a black girl, first time ever in Star Trek history that we know of, that I know of. And then you got to see it from the point of view of a woman that was raised by Vulcans but is human. And see her interact with the crew, because that is fascinating. All right, Guinan, Star Trek: The Next Generation. Well, that's how I started watching Star Trek, was The Next Generation. Obviously, I was too young when the original series came out, but I was old enough, like maybe like 3 or 4, when The Next Generation came out, or maybe 5, I don't know. Late 80s, right? So around 5. Next Generation came out, loved Captain Picard. Tea, hot, Earl Grey, right? Guinan was on The Next Generation, played by the one and only Oscar-winning Whoopi Goldberg. Huge. And Whoopi loves Star Trek. There's so many people that you don't know that are into Star Trek, and why not? Star Trek and the Federation represents the best of what a species can be, especially like a humanoid species. And Guinan was from a race called the Whisperers. And the Whisperers lived a really long time, hundreds of years, and I believe had a lot of kids and were almost wiped out by the Borg. So, Guinan, and she acted basically as the bartender of the ship. But a high-end bartender that's just there on the ship because she'd like to hang out and be on the ship. Not that she was really doing $10 drinks, because I don't really think I ever saw her making a lot of drinks. I just saw her giving a lot of advice to a lot of the people, a lot of the crew. All right, Uhura, Star Trek original series. All right, Uhura, she brought the fashion to me. The nails, the hair, the cute outfit. Her outfit was just cute. It was a skirt. What's not to love? The earrings. Yes, Uhura. The makeup, just fabulous. Fierce and fabulous. B'Elanna Torres, feisty. Star Trek Voyager. Half Klingon, half human. Hated being half Klingon, half human, grew up trying to cover up her ridges, felt she was ugly, all these things, because, she was raised around humans. So, and wasn't accepted by humans, wasn't accepted by Klingons. So, you grow up with that kind of chip on your shoulder. But my girl is smart as a whip and has a tongue that would send you home crying. And it's not by accident. She means to send you home crying. Okay? If you didn't know how to do the job, not only would she tell you to get out the way, but she'd probably break your nose to get out the way. Hey, but that's the kind of attitude you need when you're trapped in Delta Quadrant, 80,000 light years away from home. You need somebody on your ship that is there to get the job done no matter what, right? Even if you got to break some noses. Which leads us to our other Star Trek Voyager person, 7 of 9, collected onto Star Trek Voyager because she was part of the Borg, but was a human, part of the Borg. Joined in this collective, and Janeway rescued her. Captain Janeway. I'm going to get to her in a second. 7 of 9 had the cute outfits. She was hot, and she was facts only. If she didn't think you were capable of doing the job, she would tell you you're incapable of doing the job. And because you're incapable of doing the job, you're going to kill us all. She was worse than a Vulcan in some ways, because Vulcans would sometimes let you think about your mistake and hope you would come to it, and you would, use your own reasoning and logic and come to the right decision. 7 of 9 would tell you your decision was wrong, give you the rundown of why your decision is wrong, why it was going to kill everybody, and then just sit back. and just let it be what's going to be. So between Balana and 7 and 9, Captain Janeway had some personalities to deal with. But before I get to Captain Janeway, let's talk about Beverly Crusher. Dr. Crusher. Now, the doctors on all the Star Trek shows always had a lot of moxie, a lot of ego, a lot of false bravado. Like the doctor on Voyager, it was an emergency medical hologram, but they gave him lots of attitude. Brilliant, but gave him lots of attitude. The doctor on Deep Space Nine, Julian, he was annoying, very arrogant, brilliant, but annoying. And Dr. Pulaski, who was one of the doctors that came in the second season of Star Trek Next Generation, she didn't last long. I found her interesting. She would have probably been a good situation for Picard because she wasn't taking his stuff either, but a little boring. And then the doctor from the original series, Bones. I wasn't really a fan of his. He had a big ego. But Dr. Crusher, she didn't come with a big ego. She came confident in doing her job, showed a lot of compassion in being a doctor. In my mind, she was everything a doctor should be. I thought she was the best doctor out of all the series. Yeah, I do. Because you need compassion and brilliance, and I think she embodied them all. Finally, Captain Janeway. It was just so wonderful to see, a woman captain leading her ship. Now, yes, granted, she did get them lost in the Delta Quadrant, trying to chase after the Maquis, Chakotay, and bring them in line. But she got them back home. And they showed her going through real ups and downs and real emotions that a captain goes through. They showed her going through them and overcoming. So, bravo, Captain Janeway. I think they did a great job. So, some of my favorites out of the top 7 and 8. I don't even think I could pick a favorite, but I am excited about Lieutenant Michael Burnham and Star Trek Discovery. It's the reboot of the franchise, and it's beautifully shot, and the storylines are layered and unconventional, and a lot of twists and turns. So we're looking forward to that for season 2. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, I'm Sarita, your one and only sci-fi diva. See you next time.